Hello everybody and welcome back to Exploration Mode, where today we are looking at a game called Vambrace Cold Soul. I know almost nothing about this game except that it is a roguelike in some way and that it is in some sort of a frozen setting, but the other thing that I know about it is I looked at the screenshots, and for somebody who has never played Darkest Dungeon, I looked at those screenshots and I was like, this looks like Darkest Dungeon. So I guess we'll see. I haven't played Darkest Dungeon, so you'll have to be the judge of that. Judge of whether it is or not. Not me. That's not really gonna be my area. I've taken a look at the options. It's not amazing. You can have windowed mode or not windowed mode. But that's pretty much it. So let's just go ahead and dive right in here. We click a slot to begin. We'll click on this slot. Well, that was kind of loud. Even when I had it all turned down. Interesting. Private Biggs says, alright, this is the place I told you guys about. Looks like the spooks got here first. Was it really worth leaving our regular path to come all the way out here? We're not patrolling today. Besides, if we don't find more supplies soon, we'll all be in trouble. Have you got a better suggestion? I'm not the one that will have to tell Celeste if we came back empty. Empty-handed, that is. Shut your pie holes. Who knows what's lurking about up here? Just look around and see if you can find anything useful. Check out the tutorial graphic above and move out. Your character can move left and right on the field. Okay. With the stick? Apparently? I mean, I do have a controller plugged in. Do I have to use that? The command box on the bottom left displays your interactive options with the environment around you. So that would be this one here. The command box on the bottom right displays the inventory, bio, codex, and map options. So down here. The inventory displays the items your team is carrying, which would be... I don't know where that is. Maybe that would be... Well, no, that's probably a hero slot there. Well, I'm sure we'll figure it out. The map displays your current location, destination, and field encounters. The bio displays your team members' stats, skills, status effects, and equipped relics. Okay. So this is the inventory, map, etc. over here. So, looks like we are currently controlling Private Briggs. I can, in fact, utilize the keyboard. That's good to know. Your progress has been saved. I walked like 2 feet. Exciting. A door. Is it locked? Open it already and keep your guard up. Interaction icons represent a variety of ways you can engage with the environment around you. A red X on the interaction button means you can neither access the area nor engage with the object. You'll need to hold the interact button to complete your action with certain objects. Okay. So I guess it's E. Excellent. So we can't go this way. This door is apparently locked. I found something. Looks like a chest of some sort. Well, what are you waiting for? Okay, here goes. This is not going to go well. Goodbye, Wedge. I forgot how to open it. What? Oh, mother help me. It's a miracle I've survived this long in the company of fools. Just press and hold the button indicated in the tutorial graphic and voila! It's usually a good idea to have someone with a high sleight stat in your team do the dirty work. Okay, so which one is sleight? The second one there? Kind of looks like we've got a skeleton key. So, how do we change who we have controlled? Because, I mean, this guy doesn't have a high sleight stat. Let's see, here's the bio. Learn more about your team members' stats, skills, status effects, and equipped relics here. Press left or right to toggle between the characters in your team. The heart icon indicates health, the flame icon indicates vigor. The sword icon indicates combat and represents the character's prowess at fighting. The lockpick icon indicates sleight, as I thought, and represents the character's ability to scavenge. The stars icon indicates merchantry and represents the character's ability to negotiate with merchants. The icon indicates awareness and represents the individual's ability to spot traps. The party's success is determined by the ally with the highest rating. The tent icon indicates overwatch and represents the character's ability to care for the party while camping. Okay. Combat skills can be performed while fighting. Normal skills are at your character's default abilities. The flourish skill can only be used once it has been charged with flourish points. This section displays your party's equipment. You can check the value and benefit of equipping various relics here. Use the formation button to change the arrangement of your team members. You may need to dismiss a party member to recruit new comrades. Okay, so then we can... Yeah, because we want her to be the one to open it because she has the highest sleight skill, by far. Which allows us to now control her. Excellent. Containers like this may hold valuable loot. The character who has high sleight will have a chance of opening the chest and finding loot. Scavengers with low sleight may have difficulty opening chests and will often find less loot, which is why we switched. Okay, so we found junk, and scrap metal. Okay. So, how do we take this? I guess we do that. The chests here are different from the ones back in Adina. Forget the chest. Try checking your inventory and character bios as indicated in the bottom right corner of the screen. Okay, so inventory. This is your team's inventory. The skull icon represents Hellion, the currency used to buy and sell items. The scale icon represents capacity and indicates how much your team can carry before suffering the overweight buff. Or rather, debuff. Each section of your inventory categorizes items by the same type. Most items can be sold to merchants or removed from your inventory, however, quest items will remain with you. Relics, represented by the diamond icon, may be equipped to improve stats or upgrade skills. Some quest items may also be equipped. Okay. So, we got scrap metal, we have rope and thread, survival gear, and junk. Excellent. So we probably don't want her to be in the lead. So let's go ahead and see if we can't move Private Biggs back to the front. There we go. He has slightly better combat skill and the same health as Private Wedge, but both of them should probably be in front of Sarge. Okay, so let's go. Presumably we're going to get combat here in a moment. It's freezing out here. You think the spooks are getting close? Did you forget to bring the Geistometer again? We should keep going. No use going back the way we came if they're... Stay put for too long and they'll catch up. Remember, if your health or vigor drops to 0, we'll be the ones spooking this place. Let's go. I feel uneasy. This place gives me the creeps. The red bar on the character HUD indicates health. If a character's health drops to 0, he or she will die. Damage to health is usually incurred during combat. The yellow bar on the character HUD indicates vigor. A character will also die if vigor drops to 0. Damage to vigor is usually incurred through the stress of exploration, so essentially it's like sanity. You gain flourish points through critical action bonuses and finishing turns during combat. Accumulating enough will activate your flourish, so all of them have their flourish currently available. Whatever that means. Infrasonic Totem. You spring a trap that spreads infrasonic waves, causing you a strange tension. Health -2, hand tremors. Avoided. Be careful, this path is dangerous. So, I think... Yeah, another trap. Best to have someone with a high awareness stat in your team to avoid them. Traps are a dangerous feature of Isonair. Your party leader... I assume that's where we are. Your party leader or the entire team could incur damage through an activated trap. Characters with a high awareness will warn your party of imminent dangers and allow you to avoid unexpected casualties from traps. Characters with low awareness will trigger traps more easily. Some actions have a probability of failure. When you see this green script, it means your attempt was a success. This red script means the action failed, and you'll incur a penalty. The gray script means you missed and the enemy has evaded your attack. The blue script even, means you have scored a critical and your actions' effects have been maximized. Okay, so we avoided the trap? I'm pretty sure? Yeah. So, our awareness here. This one was the awareness stat, I think? 2? 2 and 4. So Sarge has the best awareness. That makes sense. I just saw something move in the distance. Get your weapons ready and think fast. Let's make sure we all get home today. I'm ready. Oh, hello. You've encountered hostile enemies. Your team is located on the left, and the enemy team is positioned on the right. Each team has 4 slots, rising in value from the center. The team's character HUDs have slot icons denoting their space. The bottom bar displays turn order using the character HUD slot icons. A higher awareness gives characters an advantage in initiative. If 2 characters have the same awareness, the one positioned in front will get initiative. When a character's icon reaches this point, it is his or her turn to take action. Normal skills are your character's default abilities. The flourish is powerful but needs to be charged by accumulating flourish points. Using guard helps your characters defend themselves at the cost of 1 vigor. It's a useful way to defend against powerful enemy flourishes. You may even get a flourish point. Your characters may also pass their turn. You cannot change items or use items or change relics during combat. However, you may check the map and bio for the benefit of planning your next move. Formation allows you to rearrange your team in the heat of combat. Runaway is also a good option for avoiding combat. Okay, so we can, looks like, use throwing stars, or this is the guard ability. She's in the back, so I suspect we're going to just use throwing stars. There are 3 range types for every skill: short-ranged, mid-ranged, and long-ranged. Short-ranged skills are only available while positioned in the first or second slot, and can only target enemies in the first or second slots. Mid-ranged skills can be used in any position, but can only target enemies in the first or second slots. Long-ranged skills can be used in any position, and can target any enemy position. If an enemy is cleared from the first slot, the closest enemy in any position will then occupy that vacant slot. Choose your target. Your target reticle is visible on the enemy HUD. Okay, so who do we want to target here? 4 HP, 4 HP, 4 HP. I don't think it matters, these are all the same. So we will target the one in the front. Okay, yeah, we will target the one in the front. Excellent. Yeah, as someone who has never played Darkest Dungeon, this is definitely giving me Darkest Dungeon vibes. Okay, so I think we can just attack. Like, I think we can one-shot all of them, most likely. I don't know what this ability does. I kind of wish we had tooltips. That would be handy. But I guess we'll figure it out. Oh, that didn't kill. Okay. That's exciting. I mean, we do have our Flourish ability available, and this would actually hit both of them. Let's go ahead and do it, because then we can kill this one and at least do damage to this one. I don't know how much damage this does, but we'll find out. Killed them both. Excellent. Okay, well, let's press onward and see if we can get to any actual story, which this game does have. Now, I told you guys I had a bad feeling about this place. You're the one that insisted we come out here to begin with. By all means, continue quarreling amongst yourselves if you want to be ice pops. We have the spoils we came for, and it's colder than a witch's tit out here. I, for one, am ready to return. Hold up, guys. I see a body. Looks like a girl. Who is it? She's not from Dalark. I don't recognize her, and no other scavenging teams came up today either. Well, we can't help her now. Search the body. Seriously? You search her! Wait, she's still breathing. We should help her. Who knows how long she's been out here. You want to bring her back? Are you mad? We have no clue who she is. She could be with the Green Flame for all we know. She doesn't look like one of them. We can't risk compromising Dale Arch's location. Celeste will have our heads. And what if she knows how to cast that strange magic? We don't have to worry about that. She's unconscious. Captain Lanville shall decide her fate. Looks like it's your lucky day, girl. Excellent.
I once read a man would have to go below the waves to understand the true scale of an iceberg. Reminds me of you, dear father. I confess I never really knew you. After all, how does one get the measure of a man when there's so much beneath the surface? Nevertheless, I owe my survival of Zumurud's blistering deserts and the wild forests of Sylvia to your training. When I was summoned home to Edina, in order to read your last will and testament, I didn't know what to expect. I suppose it comes as no surprise you remained a mystery even in death. I now find myself beckoned to the dwarven realm of Dockheim by the encrypted journal and ancient relic you left behind, on an expedition to the cursed city of Eisenair for answers you never provided. I shall not be daunted. My determination is equal to the task at hand. If, as you say, this Vambrace is the key to entering that forbidden city, I will find what I seek. My journey has been difficult. Since the Vambrace entered my possession, I have been plagued by unsettling dreams of a ghostly blade, cutting me down.
Okay, so I guess proof that there is a story. And now we load. Ugh, my head. Glad you could join us, Sleeping Beauty. Who are you? Let's make this clear. I'm the one asking questions here. You can start with your name. My name is Lyric. Avelia Lyric. I'm Lanville Esquire. You're lucky we found you. A moment later and you'd be another piece of frozen decor gracing the streets. Must have fainted. I've never felt a chill like that before. We are, unfortunately, well acquainted with it here. Celeste had half a mind to leave you up there. Good for you, she's not calling the shots, and I was feeling generous. Up there. So, we're underground. Looks like I've got a sharp one on my hands. I took the liberty of searching your stuff. A bunch of climbing gear and a strange book nobody can read. Explain. I came seeking answers about my father, the late Dr. Nicolau Lyric. I traveled here from Medina with his journal. Right. Everybody knows nobody goes in, and nobody ever comes out of Eisenair. Eisenair? You mean I'm here? I actually made it inside the city? Suppose, for a moment, I entertain your absurd story. How the hell did you get past the Frostfell? That barrier around the city? I walked through it. Enough of this nonsense. You think I haven't seen what happens when someone touches it? Instant death. The only freaks wandering the surface are either spooks, mad survivors, or the green flame. You're not dead, and far as I can tell, you're still sane, so let's cut to the chase. What's your connection with the green flame? Oh, okay, so we can choose I don't know them or sounds familiar. I mean, I don't know them. All we know about them right now is that they're called the Green Flame, so... Green... what? Green Flame, the archonic cult hell-bent on destroying the Guardian Alliance. Ring any bells, or have you been living under a rock? They're the ones responsible for this frozen curse? I can assure you I'm not with them. I just got here. You're serious, aren't you? Well, imagine my surprise to learn some Adeni decided to take a leisure stroll on the surface. Listen, I have a matter of great urgency. I'm looking for an individual named Zakard. Do you know of him? There's nothing left for us to discuss right now. But I'm feeling gracious today, so tell you what. I'm giving you tentative permission to move about Dalark. Until I figure out what to do with you, that is. Dalark? Oh, that's the name of our lovely abode deep below ice and air. Welcome to paradise. You're just letting me go. There's nowhere to run, so you'd best make yourself at home. In fact, take this. You'll need some if you want to survive down here. What's this? We call it Hellion, and it's the only currency worth anything down here. Consider it a little welcome gift. I've never seen paper money. Try anything funny, and you're dead, in a cell, or right back on the surface where we found you. Are you clear? Crystal. I'm famished. Is there anything to eat down here? You can run while you're in Dalark. That's shift. Okay, excellent. All of the tutorials are for controller, but that's okay. Captain's finished with you, eh? That was fast. Please wait while I finish your paperwork. Wow, that was exciting. So, okay, there we go. Oh, no, he's still working on the paperwork. He's not very good at it. How to keep your body warm. Step 1, make a fire. Step 2, stand in front of the fire. Step 3, be warm. Nice. Keep your distance from her or you're bound to lose a limb. That's Isabel Salazar. The woman knows black magic. Consider yourself warned. I can't place her, but for some reason, she looks so familiar. Frostwind howls around you. Your presence here will bring much anguish. I'm gonna go with what? I don't understand. Your paperwork is done. Scram before we change our mind. I have a feeling she will be reasonably important. Best keep your distance from her lest you get hexed. The witch knows black magic. Consider yourself warned. So, how do I leave? Do I go back this way? Ah, yes, okay. So, this would be the town here. So there's a tavern there. There's a thing there. I don't quite know what that is. It looks to be some sort of magical place. There's somebody to talk to, I'm guessing, over here. Let's see what's going on with the exclamation mark. Foxier Market. I assumed it was a French pronunciation. I don't know that for sure. Halt! You're not permitted to be roaming around here. Calm yourself, good sir. This is my dear friend. Do you not recognize her? Another girl, eh? You tricky bastard. I still need to check her papers, though. No need to bother. I can personally vouch for her. After all, a friend of mine is a friend of the North Venture Company. All right. Go on. Who is this smooth talker? Who indeed? What gorgeous eyes the lady has. Mahoram, relic hunting extraordinaire at your service. Sorry, but isn't that just a way to say you're a thief of antiquities? You offend my sensibilities with such barbed words. I'm merely a humble adventurer who got stuck in the wrong place at the wrong time. Thanks for defending me at the market gate. My name's Lyric. Why did you help me anyway? I have a quick ear, milady. Life here can be difficult for an outlander unfamiliar with our strange ways. Forgive me, you must be famished. Allow me to take you to the market. That's one offer I won't refuse. Come then, follow me. Hello, Yazel. This is Lyric, my dear friend since... today. She's gawking at me. Yazel, huh? That's a pretty name. How can I help you two today? Do you have anything to eat? I can pay in gold. Well, we don't use gold here, milady. Don't you have any Hellion? Hellion? The Foxier traditionally burnt it as an offering to our ancestors. It's now the currency of choice for spooks. You mean this, right? Landville gave me some. Great. Shall we make a deal? Anything in particular you're looking for? Dalark's survivors and sober wraiths conduct trade using a paper currency called Hellion. You'll need to scavenge and sell supplies you found on the field to earn more. Switch between the shop wares in your inventory to buy and sell items. Merchantry represents your ability to negotiate with merchants. More options and rare items will appear in the shop if you have a high merchantry stat. Okay. So, I mean, what are we trying to do here? All we've got is a fur vest. They're offering a splint, a gecko tail skewer, tastes good but isn't very nutritious, Sylvani tea, great way to sober up and recuperate. Centipede stick, it's nutritious but doesn't taste very good. Vigor -1, health +1. So both of them have trade-offs. Okay. So I guess we'll just pick up a gecko tail skewer? I don't know. I'll be seeing you around. Stop right there! Lady Celeste, what brings you to our quiet corner of Delark? What are you doing out of prison? Mayhaps there's a Shut your mouth, Mahoram. Guards, arrest her. What? What indeed? I honestly didn't think you were going to make it when we dumped you in that cell. Celeste, right? Lanville mentioned your team found me. Save the pleasantries. I don't trust you as far as I can throw you. Regardless, you have my thanks. You received no charity from us. My team found you on the street. Thought you might be a green flame agent we could interrogate. Good intel is hard to come by nowadays. I understand everyone's suspicions, but I already told Lanville I have no connection to them. Am I to believe you just waltzed into Icenair? Ridiculous. The Frostfell surrounding this city kills anything that touches it. We have Isabel to thank for that wretched gift that keeps giving. I just saw her in the prison. What does she have to do with all this? You can stop playing coy. I'm not buying your act, lady. If what Lanville said is true, then I'm the first person to enter this city in a year. Nobody outside has the slightest clue of what's happening here. Want to know what really happened? We were the fools that got caught in the middle of a civil war. Between who? Tensions between the dwarves and drifters is as old as the city itself. We never imagined Icenair would devolve into total chaos. The Green Flame had been here stoking tensions for months, if not years. When the time came, they seized the moment and orchestrated a decisive coup. Coup? What am I talking about? A decisive coup. There we go. In whose name? The King of Shades. He cursed this place and keeps an iron grip on it. But I'm sure that's no surprise to you. After all, you show up now? That's convenient. Maybe Lanville believes your little sob story, but you're not fooling me. You've got the wrong idea about me. I came here in good faith. Too bad. You're marching right back to that prison cell, and you're gonna learn to get real cozy with that witch friend of yours. Ma'am, we have a problem. Can't you see I'm in the middle of something? There's a mad wraith in Delark. What? How's that possible? It's at the ascending room. Please come. Just my luck. Don't think this changes anything. You're coming with me. Could the rumors about the mad wraiths of Icenair be true? Everybody stand back. That's no ordinary spook. It's gone mad. Warg! Watch out! Celeste, what's going on here? Captain, it appears some spooks hitched a ride to Delark in the ascending room. Who was on duty? We lost 2 souls here. There are no witnesses as to how they got in, sir. We arrived a moment too late. Lyric stopped it. Is that so? I guess your theory that she was with the Green Flame didn't age well. What say you now? Sir, we shouldn't jump to any conclusions. Nonsense. Get these men to the Sylvani Healing Hall and be discreet about it. We don't need to cause an unnecessary panic. And post some guards on the surface. Lyric, meet me in the war room at the Guardian's Barracks. There's someone who would like a word with you. Okay, so the Guards' Barracks is up over here. I guess. Guardian Barracks. Welcome to the headquarters of the Alliance Guardians. Our mission is to maintain order in Delark until we discover a solution to this crisis. Lanville said you'd come. They're waiting for you. Please proceed. Yeah, we already talked to this guy. Talk to you? Our priority now is to stop the Shade King. We need to find a safe way to evacuate the survivors from Icenair. Unfortunately, our inability to bypass the Frostfell has stifled our efforts. The Frostfell is kept you trapped here the entire time? It's an enchanted barrier surrounding Eisener. Anyone who touches it is instantly frozen to death. Frost fences are getting erected inside the city, too. Well, that seems, good. This is a city map. Looks like the Guardians have profiled the most important people of the city. A new frost fence has cut off access to the supplies we need at the Ghost Bazaar. The situation is dire, but we're still trying this under wraps. I'm assuming they missed a to keep there. The last thing we need is a panic. We'll have to consult Balthazar to find another route through. He always manages to find something.
Yes.
Okay, these must be the people we're supposed to talk to. I don't know how it happened, sir, but we're making every Lyric, glad you could join us. I'd like to introduce you to our esteemed leader, Zacard Ventru. Zacard? I set out in search of you months ago. Can hardly believe you're standing here now. Oh, please excuse me. Apologies for interrupting. I'm just pleased to make your acquaintance, sir. Please, call me Zacard. The captain just informed me of your unusual arrival. I have a lot of questions, but they'll have to wait. Yes, I'm sorry to cut this introduction short, but we have an ongoing situation. Isabel Salazar escaped her cell and left Delark. She murdered our guards and allowed a mad wraith into Delark, putting many lives at risk. But I just saw her briefly while having my paperwork done. She even spoke to me as I was leaving. What? She hasn't spoken in a year. Do you remember what she said? I didn't pay much heed to her at the time. Who is she? That witch is one of the Shade King's prime lieutenants. If she gets away, she'll compromise Delark's location. If that happens, nothing will save us. Then forgive me for asking, but why aren't you pursuing her right now? We tried. We were unable to follow her through the frost fence, though. She used her magic to bypass it. Frost fence? They're smaller barriers conjured from the same magic as the Frostfell. The green flame uses them to limit our access to certain sectors of Eisener. They, too, are deadly to the touch. But that wouldn't be an issue for you, would it, Lyric? Sir? It's true. I walked through the Frostfell. I could do so through the power of this Vambrace, but you already knew that, didn't you? How did you come into the possession of this artifact? My late father left it to me. His final letter bid me to seek you out in this cursed place. This Vambrace, he said, was the key to coming here. It allowed me to bypass the Frostfell harmlessly. Would your father happen to be the esteemed Dr. Nicolau Lyric? One and the same. How could you possibly know that? He's a renowned scholar, and his research on the Archons is unsurpassed. I'm well versed on his works. Now, before me stands a woman bearing his namesake and carrying a relic of archonic design. Even I can connect the dots. You recognize this thing? It's called the Ether Brace. A powerful relic indeed. I'm not sure Lyric realizes the value of what she possesses. If all you say is true, then she should give it to us. We could use it to turn the tide against the King of Shades. It's not that simple. I can't remove it. I've tried everything short of cutting off my arm. Lyric, you seek answers, and I'm willing to help you, but our priority now is finding Isabel. Would you be willing to lead a party past the frost fence to find her? This isn't my first tracking mission. I'll help, but when I come back, we need to talk. You'll need a place to prepare before deploying. Take this scroll of consent and tell Helga at the Lost Lady Inn I sent you. She'll make sure you have a space. My scouts informed me Isabel was moving north toward the entertainment district. We'll send some guardians with you to the surface to help, of course. If you're looking for sellswords, you might have some luck at the recruitment board. In the meantime, I'll make sure the ascending room is set for your next destination. Leave it to me. And with that, I think we're going to leave it there. So we are now in the situation where we're basically getting started with the game after having acquainted ourselves with it a little bit. So, conclusion time. I don't actually know how much they're asking for this because the Steam store page and the website doesn't seem to say. I do know that this game is releasing on May 28th, which of course is 4 days from today if you're watching it the day it goes up. And what else do I know about it? That's pretty much it. I don't think they've announced a price for it that I could find anywhere. Anyway, so as far as a value proposition, I guess it depends on how much you enjoyed the aesthetic and how much you liked Darkest Dungeon, because from what I can tell, the combat is almost identical. And I don't know if Darkest Dungeon has the narrative the narrative focus that this game does. Like I said, I haven't played Darkest Dungeon, but from what I can tell, the combat is very, very similar, and the interconnecting narrative tissue seems to be good enough. Like, I'm intrigued by it. It certainly seems interesting. So I guess I'll leave it at that, since I don't know how much they're asking for it. I can't really do any sort of a value proposition. I do know that they said that there was 10 chapters to the story. Of course, we are still in chapter 1, half an hour in, so we can assume that it's probably going to take at least 10 hours or so to get through the story, is my guess, if not even more. So I think that's pretty much all we know about it at this point. It is an anime aesthetic Darkest Dungeon with an interesting storyline to it. And with that, I think I'm going to leave it there. Subscribe for more, and I will see you all next time.